their roster and they have both MaxPax and Spirit, so looking extremely strong. But SSLT, they have been the dark horses in the competition, especially in the early rounds, way outperforming what we expected of them. And they had an insane last round as well.
They really did. They really did. The Starving Camels, it's so difficult to count them out. They are the dark horses. They are the dark camels of this season. And we only have 2 weeks left. We only have 2 weeks left of the round robin group stage. Both of these teams are still vying for that 7th place or vying for those playoff spots. Right now, PSISTORM Gaming need to win every single series moving forward if they want a chance to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, for PSISTORM, it's looking pretty tough. I think even winning the next 2, it's still going to need a little bit of luck. Meanwhile, for Starving Camels, they're in pretty good position here. They are sitting in that 6, 7, 8 sort of range, actually at the top here at 6. If they can win this one, I think they should be feeling pretty good about their chances to go through.
Yeah, it's one of those things where PSISTORM need to win all their matches to have a chance at making it through. Starving Camels, if they lose all of their matches moving forward this week and next week, then they could be relegated, as in they may not actually make it into that playoff bracket. So they themselves have to be very careful. They are not a sure thing into the playoffs yet. Not yet, but that could all change after this series as we're diving into our first matchup in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood for the Starving Camels, TooDming.
And the bottom left-hand corner for PSISTORM, this is a special. Okay. So my dumb idea that I was thinking about before is you walk up to someone's base with 4 roaches and 3 dropper lords. Actually, no, it's more interesting with 1 roach. You walk up to their base with 1 roach and 3 dropper lords. Okay. And then you put the roach in one of the dropper lords, and then you stack all the dropper lords, and then you start like switching them around like that. You know that game where you put like the rock under the shell or like something under a hat?
Yeah.
3 hats, and you like switch them around.
Yeah,
so you have like the 3 overlords, and you switch, and then you put the 3 overlords in front of them, and you say which one is the roach in, and if they guess it right, you leave the game.
Okay, that's not where I thought that was going. Oh my god! I thought you were gonna relate it to your like big brain maneuver where you go for the Hellion drop, but you don't actually go for the Hellion drop. You go for the empty medevacs into the main, and your Hellions kill everything.
Oh, no. It's just a parlor game. That would be cool though. If you did the same thing and you just like split the 3 roaches between the 3 different bases. Yeah, but they could just kill all of them.
Yeah. Not really. Special is going for the special opener, by the way. Not to be confused with the Beyond opener. There is a Rax on the low ground, but there is no second Rax, merely a factory.
Yeah, so this is usually going to lead into, I believe it's 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion most of the time that he does off this. So basically a TVT opener. It's very strange, and he makes it work. So let's just enjoy it.
He sometimes makes it work. Yeah, I don't really know many other players that do this. I know Gumiho has gone for this a very similar opener in the past. I don't know if it's exactly like this though, as special, he does have his own builds to his name as well. The first Reaper has rocked up. The Overlord across the map for TooDming does confirm the opener as well. Does get eyes on that factory. Yeah,
there you go. Special already taking out one of these things. A decent amount of damage with this first Reaper, actually, just flexing that micro. Needs to be careful, of course, not to lose that. But yeah, TooDming just going to be going for a pretty standard response, actually getting his link speed quite quickly here.
Yeah, link speed is already on the way, so TooDming taking this very seriously. As you were saying, he did prioritize that gas income to make sure he was able to dive into that. Meanwhile, the Reapers are going to find some damage. They do get 1 drone in the natural. They dive into the main as well. Can they get another drone?
Yeah, another drone going down. This is some classic special. Really good micro, really good multitask as well, and he's flexing both of those here. So a few drones going down. Oh, the Hellion and the natural as well. There is that multitask kicking in, but behind this, TooDming going for a massive flood of links, and he does have link speed finishing up right now. So Special has to be really careful not to get caught out on the map.
Yeah, if these Hellions get surrounded, this may just be it. His natural base is going to be under threat soon. After that, his add-ons are exposed as well. And here we go, Lings are looking to hit the field, and they do almost get us around.
Yeah, really nice bounces coming out from Special, and he does have this jump up available over here. Looks like TooDming is going to be anticipating that as well, but Special is buying himself time, which is really important.
Yeah, exactly. He's forcing the Lynx to turn back around. Because of this, Special is able to muster up a defense back at home. We have Marines
wow.
on the way, and the Reapers even escape into the main.
Yeah, he's actually saving these Reapers. He might get them out. Okay, not quite, but he is buying himself just a huge amount of time. And with all the Marines and Stim and Hellions on the way behind this, he should be just fine.
Yo, can he get another drone? It looks like he will. Another drone goes down as all these Reapers are just being so annoying here for TooDming. Finally, the Reapers are going to get cleaned up, but they did so much more than they really should have, as Special already has his transition going. It's getting into a bit of a 2-on-1.
Wow. That was really impressive. He would have been in huge trouble if he didn't buy himself that much time, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he had nothing at home. He had his first 2 Marines like on the way as his Hellions were dying. So, yeah, thankfully he's able to muster up these Marines. You know, the Lynx, they finally go for that counterattack, but there's plenty here to deflect.
Yeah, and very funky follow-up coming out from Special. It's such a special thing to do as well. He's going to be going for, it looks like, a single Marine drop and a Liberator time. So just continuing that offbeat multi-prong.
Exactly. I assumed it would be double medevacs, but no, as you mentioned, it is only 1 medevac into that Liberator. So Special continuing to keep that aggression on, continuing to try and look for that economic damage. The first medevac has been spotted. TooDming is looking to keep up with it. Queens are continuing to be in production, and yeah, Special is even going to be looking to supply block TooDming.
Yeah, Overlord going to be going down. That's actually a pretty brutal supply block right now. As continues to put on this pressure, going to a more of a mass Marine style off the back of this. It's kind of a semi-2 base all in. I think he will be throwing down a third behind it pretty soon, probably around the 6-minute mark. But it's a very interesting build that Special's got here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that production tab on that third base as he gets another drone in the main base, the gas mining drone at that. We do see TooDming trying to set up into Ling Bane, or into Massling Bane. Liberator arrives, and this is a late reaction here as drones are falling. Wow.
Yeah, freedom. It is it's a few days past July 4th, but we can still celebrate as oh my goodness, that's so smart.
Oh my god, the Marines, they come back in. The Queen gets targeted down. There was no Spore. The additional Queens, they need time here to rotate back into the main base, and Special is getting out of control.
Oh, this is dirty. Oh, that is so dirty.
I can hear it. Yeah, I was on second here to do your voice. You're like, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Greens rock up here on the left-hand side. TooDming pulled apart. GG gets called, and Special takes game number 1.
Gee, great stuff coming out from Special, though.
Yeah, very decisive play again. Very special play as well, as there aren't quite many other players that do go for this kind of build and this kind of opener. He is very unique in that way, and TooDming getting caught completely off guard, had never really was able to get a read on what was coming out next from Special.
Yeah, the Marine drop and the Lib. What a dirty boy.
You're like, oh, Papi.
I've never seen you like this before.
Did someone turn up the heat? What's going on? I just
wasn't bothered, exactly.
I need to take off my shirt. So a solid game there from Special. TooDming unfortunately was unable to get into his own game, but it is going to be his map of choice. It is his turn to table Special here, as it is going to be on altitude.
We got that.
Yeah,
we're going to be having altitude. I was kind of thinking either that or Neo Humanity. Altitude is going to be an interesting one going up against Special. I think I probably don't mind this map that much if I'm Special. I'm sure he has something prepared for this.
Are you feeling mech?
Well, maybe, but even if it is bio, I feel like this is a map that it really does complement Special style with the little small groups of harass all over the place, just because the bases are so far away from each other and you have so much dead space behind them as well. I could see him going for something like a Hellion drop into BC or something, or even a similar build to what he did last time, mass Banshees. There's a lot of possibilities, and they all sound quite nice here.
Definitely. Like, there's a lot available for Special. We'll see what he brings to the table here on altitude. Likewise, we'll see what TooDming has to offer as well. I do worry. I actually don't know if Silky is still on Starving Camels, because for the past like 3-4 weeks, Silky hasn't been performing here. Like, Silky has been playing in these online weekly tournaments, but he hasn't been playing in WTL. And I do think that he's typically the more creative Zerg player that they're able to field. TooDming feels a little bit more limited in that respect. So even though I know it's his map of choice, I don't know if he's going to be able to bring something necessarily special here to catch special off guard. I don't know if he has like a specialized build. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I'm trying to remember if it's TooDming that I've seen going for 2-base muter before. I don't know if I go 2-base muter against special, but I feel like early muters in general would be quite nice against him.
Yeah, especially because of how drop heavy he is. Like, muter play can definitely work out, and you can definitely cut enough corners and pull that off on altitude. It is not out of the realm of possibility. So yeah, I would hope to see something akin to that as well.
Yeah, that could definitely be an interesting route here. Yeah, you were saying it before, altitude has proven to be a pretty strong map when it comes to playing these battle mech styles. I think it can also be okay for the slower styles, but it does really suit pretty much any style that involves split pushing.
Yeah, and it feels like special is going to make use of that on altitude. Would make plenty of sense. God, I was gonna go into I remember, like, it was like last game or it was during Cell versus a Laser. I stopped myself from getting into another weird story. But in the top right hand corner of altitude for the Starving Camels, we have TooDming.
And in the bottom left hand corner for PSISTORM, this is special.
Oh, I remember what it is.
Okay.
So that thing that you said that you go for in TVP with the Hellion with the fake drop. Fun fact, Eric actually does that in ZVZ. It was on Babylon against Mondo, because Eric, he actually goes for a lot of roach drops in ZVZ. He does it against Dark as well. It's very iconic to Eric. And what he does is that he roach drops you, and he doesn't like really fully commit, but like maybe like two full overlords, 3 full overlords. He drops you, he pulls back, he drops you, he pulls back. He makes sure he cleans up the overlords. And then after a little bit of getting you kind of in that rhythm, he empties the overlords and he goes for a main dedicated push at the third, and he goes for the fake drop into the main. Make sure you keep like half your supply there, and then he just kills you. It's
good. It's good. I like that sort of thing. That's like the double prism with as well. The stuff you can reminds me of that like classic Day 9 story where it's like, if I have one coin and I put my coin in one of my hands and I show you both hands, and then I put both my hands behind my back and I say, is it in the left hand or the right hand? And then you pick one and I pass it to the other hand and show you my empty hand. That's micro.
Oh. What?
It's the dumbest story.
That's micro? What?
That's micro. That's what micro is.
I don't think that applies. I don't know. I just... Oh god. As special, once again, he's going for his opener. He's going for that low ground Raxon Factory. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be going for that Reaper Hellion once again, but TooDming mixing things up a little bit here. He is going to be going for a pull first. I believe this might have even been a gas first. His speed is really fast, so looks like he kind of wants to challenge what Special's doing here, and I think if he goes into a fast third base off this, this will be really strong.
Well, Special's also going for a proxy starport, right? Like, there's an SCV at that triangular third base location. Like, he's patrolling, he's waiting to throw something down. So I'm really curious what Special has in store for his opponent. Hellions are being produced as we speak. And yeah, that starport is thrown down across the map.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic map for it. It's also a really fantastic build order matchup for it, because TooDming, since he's going for all these aggression, all the extra links, he's not going to have that many queens. I believe he's only got 2 queens and is not making any more, so a Liberator is going to be extremely annoying here.
Oh, it really will be, as TooDming, he's rushing into a lair as well. Oh my god.
Potential.
Yeah, we'll see if he takes gases, or if this is, we'll see what he does make. As you're saying, he doesn't have too many queens, but here we go. The lings, they do flood on in. They're trying to get us around on these Reapers, but they don't have any lings.
Beautiful micro from Special. He's actually one of the only players, I think, apart from Beyond, that I see using the Reaper grenades to such good effect against speedlings.
Yeah, and as a result, TooDming, his opener didn't really pan out for him. There we go. He's taking additional gases as well. This is looking like 2-base Muta. Oh my god, Special's going for your Fusion Claw.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is really, really strong here. A BC going into the main when there's going to be like no queens, it's really, really... This is something that I've always known about, but I can't quite find in my own games. But yeah, BCs against low queen count builds are just extremely strong.
Yeah, exactly. As one of the Hellions is going to get surrounded here, so a good pickoff for TooDming. He's got 14 more Lings in production. The first Liberator is about to rock up. No spores, only 2 queens, as you mentioned. Damage is going to be done. Did I say 2 queens? I meant to say 1, because the Queen of the Natural does go down.
Yeah, Special is popping off here. Once again, really nice grenades coming. Extra Hellion's going to be here. Looks like a little bit of miss coming out from Special, but going to be good enough. He's cleaning up most of these Lings.
Yeah, most of the Lings are going to be going down here at the same time. So will these Hellions. I believe we don't have the first... we don't have the first BC yet, but the Liberators are still finding a lot of damage. We're forcing Queens to be made, and there we go. The BC is now in production.
Yeah, I mean, look at that angle that he is. Fire's coming down as well, but this BC is just going to end the game, honestly. TooDming has to get something going before this hits the field.
Exactly, and unfortunately he's droning right now. He doesn't have the anti-air he needs. Spire is thrown down, which is nice and all, but Special's already scattered all the gases. Like, he probably knows what's coming, and a Spire isn't going to do anything at this point. It just takes far too long to produce. Same can be said for the Corruptors. Yeah, Special just playing this out really beautifully.
Yeah, he is, and we're so close to taking out that Queen, but looks like he's not going to be fully committing to it. I mean, BC is able to finish that off in the blink of an eye. This Spire is not going to be finished in time for the BCs whatsoever. I think TooDming just taps out when he sees it.
Yeah, I mean, the BC, if it wants to, we can even focus down the Spire as well. It doesn't have to finish as, we just have a look at the resources lost, at the units lost as well, heavily in favor of Special. Link's trying to go for a contact with the wall, is a wall. Special is solid back at home. The BC has arrived, and see if TooDming, what he can do against this, if anything.
Yeah, what kind of fighting spirit does he have as he starts up around a Mutas? Mutas against BCs are more kind of discouragement than really an answer.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. GG gets called, and Special takes the 2-0 over TooDming.
GG. Really fantastic games from Special there. That was great.
Oh yeah, really well done. Special was able to play out his game. TooDming unable to get into his own, unfortunately. He went for early Lings, as we saw in that game, but he wasn't able to fully make use of them. He was trying to get into 2-base Muta as well, but alas, Special was all over him, abusing his low queen count, abusing how little TooDming had to work with, and yeah, Special looking... I think that was probably like his best showing so far in WTL, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was... Yeah, I think that just kind of... Everything just went away, though.
Everything went the way of Special, and now we're going to be getting into game number 2, and this one I expect to be a little bit more up in the air. We do have Spirit, one of the best Terran players in Europe, a player that is on fire, has been doing so well for himself, is going to be going up against Firefly, the ace player of the Starving Camels.
Okay, yeah, Firefly has been a player that's really impressed us, really left quite an impression on us. I mean, it's almost like there's 10,000 of him.
Oh, it's
coming
almost like
through our window while we try to sleep.
It's almost like we can't believe our eyes, Papi. We can't.
No, I mean, every time I see him, I'm like, I can't believe my eyes right now, playing so well.
Exactly.
That's what I say to myself. It's the most NPC conversation I've had in a while.
Yeah. I mean, he does that to us, you know, Firefly. He does elicit that response, and yeah, we'll see if he can keep up here with his opponent. Firefly is typically one of the players to really lead the way for his team, and it's on him to turn things around. It's not going to be easy. Spirit is the favorite. Spirit is, again, a very terrifying player right now. He is peaking in his career. He is peaking in skill. He's looking better than he ever has in years past. So Firefly, he needs to turn it on here and now to fight back against Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, we sound like NPCs because Firefly, he's the main character.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, unironically, if I was gonna make like an anime about StarCraft, I think Firefly would be a good protagonist.
Yeah, the underdog story is typically the story you want to be going for. 100%.
He plays Protoss, so it'd be easy for people to understand.
You're an animal, Papi. You're an animal. Oh my god! But yeah, we'll see what he can do here for his team as we're gonna be diving into this. Firefly stats not looking too bad here, unfortunately. A couple of points off from that wonderful and beautiful 69 that we used to see.
Yeah, I reckon he's worthy of it, but looks like they don't quite agree with us. Despite that, yeah, he's going to be going up against Spirit. I think there's going to be a bit of a discrepancy there. Very strong player, as you're referring to. He has had a really great year so far. He's been looking very strong. I think in particular, his TVT's been looking great, but he's always had very versatile TVP, and his versatile in a way that's a little bit unusual, where he can both be, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of Maru almost, where he can play a very drawn out late game, which pretty much only him and Maru like doing on purpose. Or he can be extremely aggressive in the early game, going for like one base cloak mind drops and things like that. He actually does approach this matchup a lot like Maru now that I think about it.
100%. Like, yeah, Spirits. I do think that his TVP is a little more dynamic than some of his other matchups, especially TVZ, for example. So, yeah, it's really cool to see how he can mix things up. But to remind everyone about Starving Camels versus Onside Gaming, Firefly did take a game off of Maru. Almost 2 games. I mean, Firefly, he was able to take it here to Maru himself in WTL. So, again, that's what we're talking about when we talk about how Firefly and the Starving Camels, they've just been able to punch up so often, and yeah, it's kind of crazy what they're able to do here in this best of 2 format.
Yeah, Firefly's been instrumental to their success as well. So while Spirit is the favorite here, I'm definitely looking to Firefly to cause the upset if we're going to be seeing Starving Camels take this down.
Yeah, I'm just quickly checking, and like Firefly over the course of the season, he 2-0'd Lambo, he 1-1 Raynor, and I remember that series being really close as well. He almost 2-0'd Raynor. He 1-1 Maru as well. Like, these are big names. He went 1-1 with Chim. Firefly has just really been able to shine here in WTL, and it would be a shame if the Starving Camels don't make it into the playoffs, just because I want to see more of them. I want to see more of these upsets, of these crazy results, and these crazy performances.
I mean, they will. Like, we're getting season 2 of the anime.
There you go, Papi. There you go. We need to see it. It needs to be there, and for that to happen, they will need to bring down PSISTORM, and they are a team that has gotten stronger over time. They're a team that have now bolstered their ranks with the likes of Spirit to help support MaxPax. MaxPax was doing a lot of heavy lifting on his own, but now he's got someone to lift with him.
Look how aesthetic this screen looks, by the way. Firefly, his jacket and shirt are the same color as the camel logo, are the same as... And then Spirit has a black and white that looks the same as the TBD on map 2. So aesthetic.
Oh my god, you couldn't write it any better than that. You know, it is, yeah,
it's destined. Yeah, Firefly has to win map 1 now.
He has to. It is written in the colors. There you go.
He's such a protagonist. I mean, look at that jacket.
Yeah. I think the only issue that I have is that he doesn't have a V-neck. I can't.
Of course. It's like, I can't really relate to this character if I can't see his nipples.
Oh my god. That's not what I said at all.
That's what you meant. I know what you mean. Like,
I'll be honest, I think it was a couple of months ago. I tried on a shirt, like a regular like t-shirt, like a t-shirt.
He threw up and burnt it.
It was
You guys
It was-
live like this?
It was like, what am I doing with my life right now? What kind of animal wears this, mate? I can't. I don't know. I don't understand these people. Like I don't. Yeah. Can you wear?
I'm just imagining you like standing in front of a mirror for a little bit, and you're just kind of staring at it. You got this really confused look on your face, and you're like, I know what's wrong. And then you run off, you grab a pair of scissors, you
Yeah.
just, like, down the middle. You're like, yeah, there we go. That's better.
I was very tempted to do that very same thing. It's tempting. It's tempting to try to fix the wrongs of the world. You know, fix these T-shirts without a V-neck. I don't. Yeah.
The injustice.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know. Do you feel constrained? Do you feel confined to your earthly body when you put on
Wait, what?
a shirt like that? When you
Is that what
cover up?
happens when you wear a V-neck? Do you ascend out of your earthly form?
I recommend it. I try it, Bobby. Try it. It's oh.
Yeah, like,
Get
try
this-
it and show me.
The next time I come down to Melbourne, Poppy, I'll bring
Oh,
some
no.
shirts for you to try on.
Thank goodness. You know what? All right.
Uh-huh.
For the
Okay.
grand final of World Team League, or even just for the finals, maybe just whenever I feel like it, I'll wear a mostly unbuttoned, buttoned up shirt just for you, Poppy.
Oh my god. And off of that, in the bottom right hand corner of Near Humanity, we have the starving camel himself. We have Firefly.
And in the top left, it is the red Terran for PSISTORM. This is a Spirit.
Oh my. This is what I'm talking about, Poppy. Oh, look at that! Mate, I'm telling you, that photo must have been taken years ago because Firefly, he's got his V-neck, Poppy. Let's go.
Kind of.
It looks like he's pulled his shirt down, actually. It looks like it
It
wasn't...
just looks like, you know, when you
Uh-huh.
have a shirt and you like sleep in it a few times and it starts getting
Uh-huh.
saggy around the neck.
Uh-huh. I
You
mean,
don't, but just imagine.
it looks like it was a regular shirt, but he's like me. He was feeling so uncomfortable. He was like pulling on it, like he deliberately he's like stretched out the neck area just so he can
Get it off me. What if light sees me like this?
Let's go. As we do have an eBay block being thrown down here by Spirit, little does he know that we have a proxy gateway out on the map for Firefly so far unscattered. Spirit doing the best he can to be as annoying as possible to delay the economy, to disrupt the economy here of Firefly, but we'll see how committed he's going to be, as I don't think Firefly has even gone down to the natural to see this.
Yeah, not at all, but it just so happens that Firefly is opening up with a Zealot.
Yeah, Zealot is going to be on the way, looking to,
Oh, 'cause
again,
it's
throw a wrench in
MaxPax.
the works.
I didn't even realize.
There you go. Explain it, Poppy. Explain it.
Yeah, this build's been coming back. I've seen it a few times on ladder, and I don't really know why, because I haven't seen it in ages and I haven't seen it in pro games, but someone must have done it. So basically, you just put your first gateway out on the map. That's all there is to it. I mean, you get an extra pylon as well, so the core is going to be happening back at home, but usually it's just 2 Zealots and a Stalker. From here, you can go into Blink most of the time, and yeah, it just helps you put on a little bit of extra pressure, but Spirit's very well prepared for this. I think as long as you have the bunker up, it's not going to cause you too many issues.
Yeah, bunker is done. Zealot's going to be able to get a scout off. They do get eyes on the building CC on the high ground. They're going to be chipping away at the reactor as well, but Spirit is going to be able to hold on to that reactor, and Firefly is forced into that unnatural natural. Oh.
Yeah, with those, very slick stuff. Just dips that SUV back into that bunker, so he will be saving that on very low health. Extra Stalker coming out from Firefly. We do see that try well, but all in all, not too bad an opener for Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if he's able to make use of the base layout here of the Protoss and maybe abuse it in some way. Firefly just trying to also be as annoying as possible, trying to delay that CC and even get a couple of extra pickoffs wherever he can. But finally, the Marine count is high enough where he has to back off and respect it, as, that's quite a number of gateways on the way here for Firefly.
Yeah, I mean, typically with this, you are going to be going up into 3 gate. I think with his bases being split, he might even consider going for a 4 gate. But it's just 3 for now. So this is pretty standard for MaxPax. for the MaxPax build to go into 3-gate blink from here. Behind this, we do see Cyclone and Medevac coming out from Spirit, so he might look to get a little bit aggressive with this. This is something Clem likes to do a lot when he eBay blocks. Getting a fast Cyclone means that if you catch Stalkers in between bases, you're usually going to be taking them down, which is really good value.
Yeah, we'll see if we can catch those Stalkers as that third gateway is going to be finishing up. As you were saying, with this, Firefly should have a little bit more map control, and if he does throw down a fourth gateway, then he's going to have even more so to try to contain his opponent. For the time being, looks like Spirit is looking for the proxy. Finally, he is going to come across his Zelnaga. He comes across the gateway.
Yeah, he finds it, and he would really like to depower this in the game. Powering gateway is quite a lot of the production of the Protoss, but instead going to be losing a lot of these. Some nice micro coming out from both sides. The Cyclone's in some real trouble.
One more shot and it will go down, but no, we do see Firefly pulling back that weakened Stalker in time. That Cyclone was looking a little bit exposed. It looks like the Cyclone will survive. So will these 3 Stalkers.
Yeah, and there's an extra gateway going down behind this, so Firefly is going to be looking to put on some serious pressure. We saw him in that game that he won versus Mario going for a 4-gate blink on this map, and he's going to do it again. Spirit is getting a bit too adventurous here. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, he picks up 2 more Stalkers though, so he's getting quite a lot of value here with this medevac. We can pick up the tank as well. A lot of Stalkers are going down.
Yeah, so many Stalkers. He just catches Firefly right before Blink finishes up and gets amazing value out of that Cyclone that was on 1 health back, and he says, you should have finished me off when you had the chance.
At the same time, though, the medevac is under threat. Blink is on cooldown. It's going to come off in a couple of seconds. The drop does manage to escape, and that's a very high value drop as well. We have 1 tank and 1 Cyclone within it here. It is being zoned away, though, as Firefly is pushing towards the main base of Spirit.
Yeah, and I mean, the main might be exposed. Spirit going to be having a pretty strange harass force headed around the map here. It looks like he is just trying to get that home, and Firefly knows that as well. The timing is not quite right for him.
Yeah, he was trying to catch it. He was hoping that maybe Spirit doubled back a little bit sooner, but last Spirit did actually go the long way around to make it back home. Gateways do finish up. We get another warp in as well. What's in the main base? We have a tank in position. We have a tank on the low ground. We have a tank covering the ramp, but not so much the main as he goes for it.
Yeah, he's going to be going for it. Spirit trying to reposition those tanks. Has to suddenly in quite a bit of trouble, but Firefly is very...
Yeah, he is very committed with this 4-gate blink. Stalker, the medevac, has returned back home, safe and sound, does somehow bypass those Stalkers, and now we have a second tank hidden the field, but the production is under threat. 13 SCVs already go down. Yeah,
Rack's going down as well. Stim is very far from on the way. Tank goes down too, and Firefly is looking to... There's a lot of...
Yeah, a lot of Stalkers do go down. Firefly is going to be bullied out of the main base of Spirit, but the damage has been done. Does put Spirit in a pretty awkward economic position, but he's slowly stabilizing. We have more tanks on the way, but Firefly isn't done. He can rotate down towards the natural as well, where the bunker is empty, where the tanks are not in position.
Yeah, Firefly committing pretty hard to this. Meanwhile, Spirit, it's going to be really hard for him to get the damage just because his stim's so delayed now.
Yeah, Stim is so heavily delayed. Behind this, Firefly, he's got a third Nexus on the way. He's got a Forge as well for upgrades, and Spirit's having a hard time keeping up. He's only got 1 tank.
Yeah, Firefly is being so aggressive and so fluid with this. Just moving between these bases so rapidly, trying to get every damage that he can. But, I mean, Spirit with the 2 tanks now, he should be okay.
Yeah, he should be able to stabilize, but we'll see if Firefly is able to catch him or able to find another kind of exposed point here of Spirit. As again, behind this, Firefly, he's just saturating his third base. We have +1 on the way. 3 more gateways, so I believe that's 7 in total, as well as charge.
Yeah, okay. Charge on the way, getting that third base up as well. And this is where it starts to get pretty rough here for Spirit, because he's just not going to be having any timing with the... I mean, Firefly can quite greedily go into everything he needs, and by the time Spirit comes across the map, we should have 2 or 3 warp-ins full of Zealots, and he's just not really going to be able to get that much done. I really am liking Firefly's position here.
Yeah, exactly. Like Firefly, he's in a commanding position, as you were saying. He has so much map control. He has the economic advantage as well. There are ways, of course, that Spirit can bounce back in this, but it is going to be difficult just because of how delayed that stim was. Like, he just can't really be too active anytime soon until it kicks in.
My brain's doing the Under the Sea Fireflies mashup again.
What? Why? Is it...
It's just because
Wait,
like every time I think of the start of Fireflies, I don't know. They're not even that similar.
I'd like to think that in your mind, as soon as Firefly gets ahead and he starts winning, it's his theme song. His theme song starts playing in your brain, and you're like, "Oh, let's go, puppy! Let's go. Under the sea."
Exactly.
I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. I cannot believe my eyes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. Okay, Spirit could be splitting off a little bit of a mine drop here, or 2 mine drops. One of them does get spotted, but this is an interesting approach. Realizing that, you know, he probably doesn't have a timing here, is instead going to play defensive. And I'm a big fan of this. This is one of the great strengths of being such a confident late game player as well. But he's very supply blocked.
Yeah, supply block is brutal, but we do have a couple of drops moving out here for Spirit. We do have a mine drop in towards the natural. No reaction, by the way. Firefly is going to be losing only one probe in his game. Oh my god. You don't need to react, Buffy. That's the secret.
That's actually a scam.
But we get some more mine drops here at the third. No reaction!
Yeah, no, you definitely do have to react.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh my god.
We have extra cannons being started up. They should be finishing off just in time. But the force field's very cheeky from Firefly, and Spirit is not going to be able to come in and save this base. This base is in real trouble.
Yeah, the CC is under threat. A couple more volleys. It's going to be going down. The force fields do run out. A bit of a miss rally on that Immortal as well. Firefly has to be careful not to lose too much here as he does take down the CC, and he's going toe-to-toe with the army, especially without those tanks. The mines, they reset!
The mines go off once again, but these Immortals just add such a huge amount of firepower. With that, Spirit is really having trouble cleaning this.
He really is. The mines, they reset once again, but they go up on the Zealots, not on the Immortals. He's coming in from the low ground, but no, a hot pickup by Firefly. He saves the Immortals. The theme song is blaring as Firefly makes it into the main base.
You would not believe your eyes. You would not believe your eyes.
Oh my god. As the production is being camped right now, and Firefly... this is still quite close. He lost a lot of workers across the map as well, and Spirit is fighting his heart out here with what little he has with these Marauders. We get another warp in into the main.
I'm in your base. Warpins in your face. Yeah, Firefly gets the win.
GG, well played. It was a hard-fought victory towards the end there. The spies were actually quite close between both players, but Firefly does put a point on the board here for the Starving Camels.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Once again, Firefly with a very scrappy win on near like he got against Maru, and with that, Starving Camels gets one on the board.
There you go again, proving to us all that Firefly is one that can go toe-to-toe with the best players in the world. He is definitely the ace player of the Starving Camels for a reason, and he starts the comeback for his team, but can he keep going here? Of course, if it's a 1-1, it's going to be on Cyan to 2-0 MaxPax, but if Firefly is able to pull off the 2-0, then we got a series on our hands. You know, Firefly, he is doing a lot here for his team. Can he go all the way? Yeah,
this is going to be hard for Starving Camels. Firefly, even if he does get the 2-0 over Spirit, which would be a sick result, and I absolutely think that he can and is good enough to do so, that still leaves Cyan having to get a map off MaxPax, and then assuming MaxPax isn't going to be the ace, Firefly having to get a game off him as well. And I mean, MaxPax he is really good. He's very good.
I feel like he is a bit of a I was about to say a PvP specialist, but his PvT is damn good as well.
Everything special. Yeah. He's really good.
He's just really good. He's pretty good at the game. So there is no good kind of scenario there. There is no easy way to bring him down. But we'll see. We'll see once we do get there, as game 2 is going to be taking place on Babylon. Spirit is his map of choice.
Okay, so Spirit wants Babylon. Interesting. Another kind of smaller, more tightly packed map. And here we go. Firefly spawning in the bottom right-hand corner for the starving camels.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon for PSISTORM Gaming, it is Spirit.
I could go some grapes.
I haven't had some good grapes in a long time.
I haven't eaten fruit in a while.
Oh my god. Yeah. I was about to say, do you like purple grapes, or are you more of a green grape, or do you like any grapes?
I don't really know how to buy purple grapes.
What does that mean?
Don't know. I don't see myself having purple grapes.
Have you ever had purple grapes?
Yeah, but like I didn't buy them.
Okay.
Wait,
why?
I can't picture myself buying them. I don't know why. It's just
what is it about the purple grape that puts you off from spending money on them?
No, I don't not want to. I just can't really picture a world in which I do.
Can you picture yourself buying green grapes? Is that?
Yeah, I've bought green grapes before. That's easy. Anyone can buy green grapes.
Like, what are you talking about? There's no skill issue there, Poppy. What do you mean?
No,
You just
yeah.
get it, mate. That's how you live life.
You just walk in and say, "Can I buy some grapes?" And bam,
there you go. Purple grapes, though. That's the difference.
Sell them. Don't even have to pay for them.
You can't just say. You need to explain yourself, Asher.
No.
That's like I say. When was the last time you had an apple? You're like, I can't. I don't know how to buy an apple. I can buy pears though, mate.
No,
I can buy pears for days.
Recently.
Yeah,
I can get apples. I can get bananas, but no, that's a great example. I don't see myself buying a pear because I'm not 40.
What do you? What? But it's still a great. It's okay. I should say it's like I can see myself buying like some delicious, like some red delicious apples, but like a pink lady or like a royal gala. No, shut.
No, you're coping. Mate, it's pears are for you got to be old enough to. I don't know, like.
No, it's not about it's not about the pears though. It's about the grapes because they're both grapes.
I'm caught up on the pears now. You shouldn't have mentioned them.
God damn it.
Pears are just they're too much work,
What do you mean?
Like, I'm old enough to no, because I don't know. You have to cut them up and make a muesli bowl or something. They're just not snacking food.
No, you can eat a pear on its own.
It's just not degen bachelor food. I need something that I can forget that I ate it because it was so easy, like a banana.
How is a pear not? Sorry, how is a grape not like that?
Oh yeah, the grapes are okay. The purple grapes are okay. They're just a bit too decadent. It's why do you need purple? Green will do.
They're too fancy. Is that what you're saying?
It's
these purple grapes,
what's the reason?
Yeah. What are you?
Green's enough. Just calm down.
What are you trying to prove with your purple grapes? Who am I? A Greek god being fed? No.
Exactly. My grapes are purple. It's what have you done to earn purple grapes?
What have you done with your life? You don't deserve purple grapes. Green for you, Papi. Okay, fair enough.
You just eat green like the rest of us.
You're an animal. But as much as I was hopping on you, I completely agree. I can see myself buying green grapes. I don't think I've ever bought purple grapes in my entire life.
No, yeah, who the fuck buys purple grapes? Who do you think you are?
I've literally only bought green grapes before. Yeah. But for me, it's only because they are quote unquote easy to eat because they don't have seeds. Or typically when I buy green grapes, there's no seeds, of course. But purple grapes, they have seeds in them, so it's more effort to consume them.
I just feel I don't think that you can actually buy purple shell grapes the normal way. I feel you have to walk in, and you have to find one of the tellers, and you have to be I'm here for the good shit.
Good God.
I take you out the back, and they're all right.
Excuse me.
I'll show you all the different weird fruits. They get you some dragon fruits.
I was gonna say dragon fruits. Yeah, the starfish fruits as well.
Like durian.
As Spirit did open up with a bit of a mind drop there, got completely shut down, by the way, here by Firefly, once again being active with his Stalkers, looking for a way in. Thankfully, Spirit has a pretty good position here on this high ground, I should say. Tank is able to siege up in time as well.
What about purple sweet potato? I feel like
you're wild. Yeah, no way, no shot.
It's a bit more phallic than orange sweet potato.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
hey, I've had some pretty phallic orange sweet potatoes in my day, let me tell you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey, I'll send you some pics later.
Yeah, they're kind of veiny sometimes.
Excuse me?
The sweet potatoes.
Aye. Yeah, I've had purple sweet potato before, but I've never bought it myself. Just the regular one, just the orange one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a bit we got a bit of a game on our hands as well.
Yeah, Firefly going to be going into a pretty quick storm here, with some of the delays that he's caused and some of the fancy stuff that Spirit's been doing as well. This should be done in time for the push as well.
Yeah, I really appreciate this coming out from Firefly. It's a little bit against the grain, against the norm. No disruptors, no colossi, I should say, as well. Going to be heavily reliant on a more heavy gateway style here. As you're saying, Storm should finish up in time. Sim about to finish up as well, so Spirit is soon to be active on the map. By the time he is, Firefly will have the tools to contest against him, as we have some more Raven harass coming in, but no, this time Firefly is able to keep up, at least with this northern Raven.
I just noticed as well that Spirit has double bunker in his natural, so it looks like he was reading this as an all-in.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't really paying enough attention. Defensive 4-gate, I think that might have been what happened here. But yeah, Firefly just going into charge, going into storm as well. Still staying on 3 bases, so not going to be getting a fast 4th base, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, Spirit is 100% reading aggression is coming his way. And on this map specific, the big storm drop.
Oh my god, a massive storm drop on the mineral line, on the army as well. 10 SCVs do go down, and we're even able to save and preserve these High Templar.
I was going to say, on this map specifically, sometimes if you don't get your 3rd early enough, it can be really hard to break out of your natural and go and get that. So I do feel like he does want to land it pretty quickly, and yeah, there we go. As it does finish up, he is going to be doing that, but Firefly's sitting pretty now.
And here we go. Do you have another mind drop head towards the natural base as well? Firefly, does he spot it? Looks like he does not. Thankfully, he does have a cannon in position, but once again, no reaction or delayed reaction. Up. Oof.
Yeah, delayed reaction. We do have another mine going off in the main, so 3 more probes going down on top of that. He has had enough. He wants to put some pressure on this 3rd, and Spirit is going to be denied from taking this. The 3rd's in trouble.
Man, I'm getting some deja vu, because once again, the storms are raining down on the army here of Spirit. The tanks are looking exposed. Firefly pushing his way forward. The tanks all go down one after the other. The mines across the map, they may be able to reset, but it doesn't matter because Firefly is breaking into that natural base.
Yeah, Spirit is dead. G is called, and the pop-off. Let's go.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. I can't believe my eyes. Does he have grapes? Does he have grapes? Oh, he doesn't need them. Let's go.
I'm not really sure what that's supposed to do, but
he's just getting his pump on, Poppy. He's getting his pump on as he takes down Spirit 2-0, and just like that, we are tied up 2-2 here. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go.
What a Chad. I want some gaming weights now. Every time I win a game, I can just do some flies on the wrong axis. I love that. That was good stuff. Special would have been looking at that and being like, that's not how you do that. Let me show you. Come to the gym with me, Firefly.
Oh my god. I was gonna say gaming weights. What does that mean? Do you mean like weighted like mice and keyboards?
No, not
weights?
at all. I just mean normal weights.
Okay.
You put them next to your computer.
Hold on. I actually have my weights next to my computer as well. It's right.
Yeah, you have gaming weights. How do you not know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I understand now. I've got my gaming weights. Let's go. I want to believe that Firefly, after he won, he's like, I gotta do something. He looks around. I got my weights.
Yeah. Just throw them around.
Throw him around, Pop. Throw him around. Oh my god.
Might not be good to have those handy if you're raging though.
True.
You put like a dumbbell through your screen.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. He's not. What do you mean? He's Protoss, Papi. He's Protoss. He doesn't smooch. What do you mean?
He doesn't lose. He's just too powerful.
He doesn't lose. So he's the main protagonist, Papi. What do you mean? I
forgot. Firefly. I'm trying to remember what the awards are. We have these special awards in World Team League. They hand out at the end of the season. There's best Terran, best Protoss, best Zerg, playoffs, MVP, regular season MVP. I feel like he could be a contender for MVP.
He really could be, especially like considering like how you calculate it when you want to talk about like the most valuable player of a team in the round robin stage. Like Firefly, I do think that he is in contention for that. As we have one more series here, potentially an ace match. Cyan versus MaxPax. There is quite a lot of pressure here on Cyan to at least take a game.
Yeah, and he is up against a very powerful tier Max. Getting that nod for the 10 defense, which I 100% agree with. I mean, MaxPax pretty much made his name off goading people into attacking him in PvP and then holding it. So, yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. MaxPax, a solid A-tier player here, which does make plenty of sense. And he is a Titan. He is such an insanely powerful player. He is not untouchable. I have seen specifically Maxid. Maxid has beaten MaxPax before. We were lucky enough to cast him in Kung Fu Cup a couple of weeks ago. So again, he has shown that MaxPax, he can bleed. But can Cyan do the same as well? I am uncertain. I do believe that he needs to come in very prepared here. And when I say prepared, like one base all-ins, they rarely work against MaxPax. He is one of the strongest defensive Protoss players I've seen. I'll be honest. He's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in PvT as well. His ability to defend with what looks like way less units than he should be able to defend with is just really impressive. He's just, I don't know. Nothing that he does is ever insanely flashy, but he's just so solid in every area of the game.
He really is. It's terrifying when you see him in some of these games. I'm brought back to MaxPax versus Clem, for example, on Neo Humanity is just, just MaxPax. At times he can look so dominant, so solid, so unbeatable. But again, Cyan, he only needs to win one game. If he wins one game, he forces the ace match. If he takes the 2-0, we don't even need an ace match. But that would be crazy. That'd be wild.
It is intense, and Cyan has brought his game pace as well. You wouldn't want to run into that look in a back alley.
Give me your grapes.
It's like, what do you mean you don't have purple grapes?
Not the green ones. Not the other ones.
What do you think I am?
A pleb? Nah, Bobby. Cyan, he only takes the high-class fruit. The high-class fruit. What about mangoes? How do you feel about mangoes? Mangoes are good. They're good stuff.
Yeah. Mango is like... That would be like if I had like a white girl Sunday morning. If I was like, I woke up on Sunday morning and I'm like really feeling it, and I'm like, I'm gonna post on Instagram what I have for breakfast and put like way too much effort into making it. Like,
you're gonna have mango for breakfast?
Hashtag sticky fingers.
Oh my god.
From the mango.
Oh, okay. Have you had a white girl breakfast before? Has that happened?
Yeah, all the time. Like, I'm a big fan of the smashed avo.
Okay. There you go. Oh my god. Yeah, mango, it's good. It's like good like summer fruit, you know? Like it's hot outside. It's like refreshing, you know?
I feel kind of like, I don't know. I think I prefer watermelon. Even though watermelons are kind of sticky as well, the idea of like having sticky hands on a summer's day just makes me think of flies. Just like,
ugh. True. Yeah,
Mango's good. It's like
it is sticky.
it's the best part of the fruit salad. It's like when you go through the fruit salad and you're just like you're hanging out for the mango, but then you have to put some other stuff in there just so it's not like all mango because that's cheating.
I see. Are you more of a watermelon or like a rock melon or a honeydew melon kind of guy?
You just reminded me of the best salad. I used to make it a while ago, but watermelon and feta and mint is such a good salad.
That sounds crazy. I've never had watermelon and cheese before.
Yeah. Watermelon and cheese is amazing. It's actually unreal.
Okay. Yeah. And mint.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where I've never bought mint before.
Oh really? As here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map for the Starving Camels, it is Cyan.
And in the top left-hand corner for PSISTORM Gaming, we have MaxPax. I just don't use mints in cooking, really. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Mint's one of those ones where, like, I don't know how to buy small amounts of it. Like, herbs in general are really annoying. Because it's like, I just want to buy, like, 2 leaves of it. But you can't buy 2 leaves of it.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, if I'm buying a herb, like, it's, like, multi-purpose. You know, like, I got to have, like, a couple of dishes, like, in the back of my pocket to actually make use of it.
That's not what I do.
And mint is not one of those things where I can be like, oh, I can do all these things with that. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I tell myself that, but without actually having any plans to do it. So I basically just use the mint one, and then it sits in the crisper in my fridge until it starts getting like moldy and like black and like shriveled up. And then I throw it out.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. As I love this from Cyan, but okay, mate. Cyan, we're talking about grapes. This guy, he has some massive mangoes in his pants right now. He's crazy. So MaxPax, he goes for the low ground expand. As to be expected by MaxPax, he does this on maps without a ramp like Gresswan. He goes for the gate expand. Meanwhile, Cyan sees him and he joins him, Poppy. He flops down his own his own gateway on the low ground against MaxPax. He's crazy, Poppy. He's crazy.
What did I just hear? You don't wear pants either, so like
that was Cyan, Poppy. That was Cyan.
Yeah, okay, it is actually a 2-gate opener from Cyan, but MaxPax being forced by this pylon to go for the Stargate before he expands. Yeah, okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah. So we do have that 2-gate opener on the low ground for Cyan, as you were saying. MaxPax forced to lay his own Nexus, is going to be going for that Stargate. With that, he can harass across the map. There's that Nexus soon to be following it as well. And I imagine we should be seeing that from Cyan. We'll see. We'll see if he throws down a Nexus or if he goes for a proxy. There's a pylon on the map, so he can reinforce. He can go for a 3rd gateway to keep the pressure on and to try to break the defenses here of MaxPax. As MaxPax is in the dark. He doesn't know what Cyan is up to.
Actually, best tropical fruit, passion fruit. Okay. Passion fruit's goated.
I actually have never had passion fruit on its own. I've never had it. I've had like ice cream or like drink.
Yeah, it's really nice on ice cream.
Yeah, but I've never like gotten a spoon and like scooped up a passion.
Yeah, it's good. You know, it's very decadent. It's crazy. Or pomegranate. Pomegranate's good too. I don't think that's a tropical fruit, but that's a fun one. It's probably the weirdest thing that I bought from a supermarket.
We do see Cyan laying siege upon the natural base. Shield battery is out of energy, and a little bit of miscontrol. He does get a couple of volleys off on the Stargate, unfortunately.
Yeah, that looks like a couple misclicks. I think he was going for the mist.
Yeah. So a little bit unfortunate control there from Cyan, and he's going to be losing a Stalker on the front line as well. At the same time, we do have the Oracle diving on in. We have a stasis trap, but we do react in time.
Yeah, really unfortunate they didn't get that battery. I think that's actually going to be quite punishing.
Yeah, I think so as well. Thankfully, Cyan isn't all in. He was expanding behind this. The Void Ray does activate its beam, is going to be able to hold on here, and MaxPax should be perfectly fine. My god, he threw down 4 shield bodies behind this. He took this very seriously. He assumed it wasn't all in.
Yeah, I mean, MaxPax is pretty much like the leading expert on this. Like, I don't know. It's got to be terrifying. He's just so... his understanding of this position is just unmatched.
Yeah, exactly. And in a way, Cyan is kind of playing into that, right? Like, again, that was a really big commitment here into the defenses. Cyan is of course expanding. He's transitioning. A Stalker does go down as MaxPax does overextend for a moment. Likewise, Cyan has to be careful not to lose too much either, as he will have a bit of a lead with his own blink timing.
Yeah, I mean, Cyan knows that he's kind of playing into MaxPax's hands. You know, with mangoes that size, you don't really mind putting a bit of pressure on yourself.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's why we have this camera angle.
It's true, Papi. It's true. I love it. Cyan having that POV with his phone. You love to see it here. Just getting a good eye on him.
Yeah, continuing to put some pressure on here, but MaxPax looks like he thinks he's pretty safe here with the 2 balls. Throwing down another stasis trap as well, but Cyan has been really...
Yeah, he is able to avert disaster. 2 of those probes do get caught in the stasis, but only 2 workers, as, again, Blink is on the horizon here. MaxPax, oh my god, behind this throws down a Dark Shrine. It only just now starts, but unfortunately for Cyan, he doesn't have a way to really scout that. He doesn't have any sentries for hallucinations, doesn't have any oracles of his own or an observer, so this is going to go unscouted here. There's a lot of potential in said Dark Shrine.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I really like this from MaxPax. It's kind of throwing things on their head where I don't think Cyan's going to be expecting this at all, just because of the flow of the game so far, where MaxPax has just been the defender constantly, and he's kind of a step behind in tech.
Yeah, exactly. As we have a full wall-off back at home, the Adepts don't find their way in. Cyan just anticipating that this could be a possibility, and he should be able to deal with these without too much issue. As he takes his own 3rd base, Blink is is now done for Cyan. He's going to be able to flex with that a little bit. Does take down a couple of these units, and avoid too many of the shots of MaxPax.
Yeah, Oracle going down as Blink finishes up, just to punctuate that. But meanwhile, we do have a probe coming across the map for MaxPax, starting to set up a proxy here, and that will be allowing him to get those DTs through. But Cyan is looking for it, and he's going to find it too.
Oh, he's going to find the proxy pylon. It's going to be going down. These DTs are going to have to be warped in another place, or he's going to have to show his hand to his opponent. At the same time, Cyan, he does push forward into the natural, but once again, because there are 4 shield batteries at the natural base, he can't really find any damage.
It's a little bit sus, huh? You see this pylon here and you're like, what? What were you up to here, Mr. MaxPax? And he didn't finish it off.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I did go down, thankfully. He was able to get 1 more shot off, but the DT is going to be warped in back at home. Waddles across the map, and the question is, do we have any detection available? The observer comes out just in time.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Let's go.
As behind this, we do see, I think charge might have just finished up for MaxPax. Cyan is very slightly behind in the probes, and doesn't have these extra void rays as well, so I'm still favoring MaxPax's position here, but I mean, Cyan's hanging in there.
Yeah, he's definitely is hanging in there. I mean, he even has a pretty decent economy as well. He's down in the workers, unfortunately, so he has to be very careful about that, as he's going to be bleeding out some of these Stalkers in the retreat. There is a shield battery waiting for him here on top of the ramp. He has an overcharge available as well, so he will have the defender's advantage, but now suddenly the map control has swung in favor of MaxPax.
Yeah, so MaxPax going to be moving out Stalkers here. Both players getting that +1 on the way as kind of just transition into a bit more of a standard macro game. But MaxPax being very aggressive now.
Yeah, he outpositions Cyan. He takes down a pylon, takes down a second pylon as well. Will not depower that forge, thankfully, for MaxPax, but already a lot of damage has been done. With the help of that shield battery, though, MaxPax is going to have to be forced back, and he may lose his second void ray. No, he will!
Yeah, void ray goes down. It's a nice little attack there. We do have Immortals coming up. Charge going to be on the way for Cyan, so it looks like Cyan might be aiming to hit a bit of a timing with that. Well, MaxPax is going to be the first to throw down his 4th base, so looking at things from a bit more of an economic standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, the MaxPax, he already does have that economic lead, and he's going to be extending that even further with that 4th base. Cyan is rotating around, and it looks like he will be spotted by that probe, and MaxPax is well aware of this ahead of time. He's going to be able to rotate over, and he should be able to preserve and save this base. Yeah, he does get here in time.
Yeah, it looks like MaxPax actually has quite a lot more stalkers here.
Yeah, over time, because of the better economy, because of the slightly better economy, he has been able to just muster up a larger army as well. He has been also trading a little bit more efficiently over the course of this game. MaxPax getting into his own charge as we speak. The DT harass continuing as well. Not really finding too much damage, but yeah, like MaxPax, it does feel like he is a step ahead.
Did you ever watch Iron Chef?
Yeah, who the hell didn't?
Can have and the secret ingredient for today is purple grapes.
The chef throws his spatula to the ground. Who the hell cooks with purple grapes, mate? Oh my god.
Where are we gonna find those?
Did they bring it back? I think there was like a Netflix special or something recently where they brought back Iron Chef.
I have no idea. I think long form entertainment's dead, unfortunately.
Smooch. Not like this. As Cyan is trying to do a lot with the little here. I mean, he has a smaller army, and despite that, he's still vying for control of that 4th base location. At the same time, DT waddles on in, runs past the cannon into the main.
Yeah, MaxPax doing MaxPax things and having incredibly well-controlled DT. Blocks off that natural there as well, so despite losing probes, will be stemming the bleeding here. Putting a bit of a tourniquet on that one as he is looking for some extra damage around here, but not forcing it either.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, as we do have the overcharge, good force fields is going to be able to take down that Immortal as well. A good trade for Cyan, but at the same time, he's losing a lot of probes in the main base. That 1 DT wreaking havoc here as it finally will be cleaned up.
Yes, it's going ham. Oh my goodness.
Oh my damn.
DT's going ham.
Oh, whenever I have a burger nowadays, I just think of that song. It's just
oh yeah. I wish I had a car to eat the burger in. I feel like it would be better.
There's just something about the atmosphere, of just being in your own car, enjoying a burger.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It hits different. As the DTs are going to be wreaking havoc here at the 3rd base of MaxPax. A lot of probes are going to be going down at the same time. DTs in the main base. It looks like, who is it? Who's lagging out? Oh my god.
It's the French caster.
Emil Range. Yeah, that's the admin. Rain, por favor.
Wasn't there was he like a K-pop? I remember when I was in high school, everyone really liked this guy called Rain. Was he a K-pop star?
Yeah, Rain. He was the OG. Yeah. He was a solo.
Everyone was obsessed with him. All the boys were like, he's so handsome. It was just the boys that talked about him, really. That's
crazy. In my school, it was the opposite. It was all the girls. The girls were all about Rain. Well, Rain was a little bit older, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Rain. He was also in. Have you watched? He was a Ninja Assassin. Did you watch Ninja Assassin? Yeah.
That's what everyone was really into. I didn't watch it. But
that was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. Yeah, good stuff.
Everyone wanted to be buff like Rain.
Yeah. He was built, Poppy. He was built. Rain, Poppy. Rain. Oh.
Yeah.
There was also a pro player called Rain. I think it was before your time.
Yeah. The Protoss. I've heard of it.
Yeah. He was amazing. He was actually the best Protoss in the world.
Back when we had good Protoss.
Oh my god. We're casting MaxPax. What are you doing? What are you saying right now? Oh my god.
I've never been one to let the truth get in the way of a good joke.
Shaking my head. Oh my god. But yeah, unfortunately we're going ham. Oh god. So I am just going to be waiting here for the admin to lag out. I say admin, Rain actually may be the observer. And if he is the observer, we may have to remake the lobby. We may have to remake the game just so that the game itself can be broadcasted. If that's the case, that is going to be a bit of a shame. That will mean that we have an extended, bit of an extended break.
Yeah, okay. Cyan will be able to massage his mangoes. Sure, they're very swollen.
He's got to be careful. Like he can't let them. He can't release now, Papi. Like he needs his power for the game. You know, like he can't spend himself in the rain.
I didn't mean to start this.
Okay. Oh my god.
Don't do it. We're doing so well, lad.
What do you mean? What are you talking?
No. We were doing so well. It's
Oh
such a
God.
clean cast up until then.
True. Let's go back to talking about fruit, Papi. Do you like big mangoes?
Yeah. Like I like juicy mangoes. They don't have to be big. I feel like if fruit's too big, you start to get suspicious. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of venturing into like American food territory where they're just like, it's not really real food. It's just like big and tasteless.
We used to have a garden at home growing up, and we used to grow our own cucumbers. And
oh no, they get huge. Yeah.
the cucumbers were. I was like, as a kid, I was like, oh my damn.
Orange. Like it's not yellow.
Are gonna be jumping back into this, and here we go. The Zelts in the main base are gonna get cleaned up. DT still wreaking havoc at the third. They got the mineral line. Can they get the base? It's gonna be close.
Yeah, the third does go down, and Cyan now looking like he's in a pretty good spot, but he is pretty low on supply compared to that of MaxPax, so maybe MaxPax has a window to go for an all-in here.
Yeah, exactly. Like MaxPax has so much in the army supply right now. Cyan invested so much into the counterattack, into the counter-aggression, into the run-bys. He needs a moment here to stabilize as MaxPax is going for a massive Zealot run-by towards the south. His main army is pushing in towards the natural base of Cyan.
Yes, has been spotted by Cyan. We have the DT mixed in as well, but the cannons are going to be keeping the detection happening there. No splash on either side, but we do have a lot of batteries for Cyan, so MaxPax is going to find it hard to get away in.
Yeah, exactly. As we did have the overcharge towards the south as well, he was able to, or at least Cyan was able to defend in the end. Oh, but we have a DT hit squad slipping into the natural base here, and we do have a reaction. We don't have detection.
Yeah, quick warp in, but no detection here. MaxPax finding a little bit of a gap in that detection where the cannons are, and hitting at the south as well. This Zealot run-by is going to be cleaned up, but Cyan is having trouble keeping up now.
Yeah, exactly. He's being pulled apart left and right. Probes are going to be going down. It looks like the main army is able to keep up for the most part here with MaxPax. So MaxPax is trading a little bit more efficiently. He's just getting a little bit more value out of his army.
Yeah, MaxPax doing a really good job of just causing chaos, but honestly, Cyan is keeping up. The only problem is MaxPax is getting a 5th up in mining now, even throwing down a 6th as well, so he is just setting a pace, and as much as Cyan is keeping up with it, how long will that be for?
Yeah, exactly. As MaxPax, his economy is really kicking in, and Cyan, as he bleeds out, he's having a hard time replacing the units that he's been losing as more Zealots and DTs do bust into the natural base. It looks like MaxPax is going to be respecting the warp in, but he's still pressuring that southern base as well, and over time, he's just chipping away at Cyan.
Yeah, he's just whittling away at the defenses here as he does continue to get up the economy behind that. Cyan is trying to probe up this 5th here, but still a little bit of extra Zealot pressure going down. So he's keeping everything together, but only just.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like he's on the brink here of destruction, as we do have MaxPax diving in once again, distracting the main army of Cyan. At the same time, the Zealot DT force has found a way into that third base. The cannon goes down instantly. Oh, but we do have a lot of Zealots in range as well. It looks like Cyan should be able to clean this up, but he's being pulled apart. Like, MaxPax has just so much supply working for him.
Yeah, I mean, this stalker pressure in this southern base has just been constant here, and Cyan actually does have enough stalkers to keep up with this, but it feels like it's just a matter of time before one of these sides is going to be undersplit. I mean, MaxPax is just taking better trades everywhere.
Yeah, he really is. He's been trading more efficiently. He's just been fighting so well for himself here. Cyan does have detection at his fresh mining base, so it looks like he is slowly stabilizing as long as he doesn't lose too much here. And yeah, he is able to deflect that northern push and has more than enough towards the south.
Yeah, looks like Cyan is going to be deflecting both sides, but definitely no chance of him getting up a 6th anytime soon here, as MaxPax just continues to swallow up the map. Actually, pretty crazy just how aggressive he is being with his expansions.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And it looks like he may have finally found another way in. Jesus, more DTs here towards the north. Cyan able to keep up here. I've been so impressed with his ability to do so. But is it going to be enough? Like, because there are so many harassing DTs as well, it's so awkward. Like, at every turn, Cyan has to make sure he has detection with all of his armies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Cyan has to be really on top of what's going on here. It kind of looks like he's stabilized at this point.
Yeah, it does feel that way. We do see MaxPax going to be rotating over towards that third base once again. The armies are going to be missing each other. The problem is that MaxPax has bases to spare, so if we join up in a base trade scenario, this could be a terrifying position for Cyan. No, he's going for a surround!
Oh, yeah, Cyan is going to be surrounding him. MaxPax doesn't really have a clean way out. A lot of those Stalkers getting stuck. The right-hand side is being pushed back as well. I mean, Cyan's defense in this whole sequence has just been magnificent because, I mean, MaxPax is not an easy player to defend against.
Yeah, and it looks like Cyan was able to overcome not just the main army, but the harassing force towards that fifth base. But here at the fourth, oh, he's losing probes. It looks like the DT run-by is getting a little bit out of hand. No, he warps in plenty to defend. He's going for the counterattack.
Yeah, counterattack is coming in. Cyan has been so patient with his defense, and finally, he gets to be the one attacking, and it looks like this Nexus will just about go down. Not quite.
Oh, about just barely. One more volley is all it needed, but no, MaxPax holds onto his base. At the same time, the sixth base of Cyan is under threat. We have DTs all over the place in the natural, in the sixth. Oh god, Cyan hasn't lost too much yet, but it feels like, oh, actually he maxes out. He's going for another counterattack instead.
Yeah, it does kind of seem like it's a matter of time. I mean, the amount of attention that MaxPax puts into these run-bys is really quite something, but actually Cyan putting some pressure on the base over here, and as MaxPax being spread thin, I'm not sure if he has enough supply to deal with all of this.
Oh, I'm not sure either, as the center base of MaxPax is going to be going down. He's going to be bleeding out a lot of probes as well, but he had probes to spare. That's the problem. 19 workers just went down. He's still ahead in the worker count. That's just how many workers he had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, and here we go. He's going to be pushing these Stalkers back. Blink comes off cooldown, and MaxPax knows that. He will be giving Cyan a bit more space here as Cyan continues to pressure up the front. It's almost like a bit of a role reversal of what we saw from MaxPax just before.
Yeah, imagine if Cyan had been able to take down that third base as well. He would have actually been in a pretty damn good position, but still, things are very close, very even between the players. Cyan with the defender's advantage. He does push back the army aggressively as well. Cyan is actually winning this fight.
Yeah, he is, and he's getting on top of the battery too. We do have an overcharge, but it's exposed.
Shield battery goes down. The overcharge runs out as well. Cyan, he breaks through here onto the front lines at the same time his main army is getting through as well. This is looking pretty good, but the Zealots, oh, they do close the distance here, and Cyan, he has to respect those charge lots.
Yeah, the wraparound of those Zealots, and another base goes down for MaxPax, but he had a lot to spare. I mean, he was getting up to, I think he had 7 bases going there to the 5 of Cyan, so both players ending up pretty equal on those economies, but MaxPax is going to feel like just ever so slightly ahead.
Yeah, that was a bit of a rough trade towards the north for Cyan. He did bleed out a lot of those DTs, a lot of Zealots as well. And as you were saying, even though Cyan has been able to take down more bases, even though he has been doing more damage overall, it's just MaxPax was so much further ahead to begin with, and he could afford these losses. He could afford losing some of those bases.
Yeah, MaxPax getting a bit aggressive here. He does have the Stalkers to one-shot these cannons, but he's going to be backing off, waiting for that overcharge to finish up here. And yeah, both players on such similar techs as well. It's a really interesting, scrappy game that we've got here.
Yeah, just a mass gateway style from everyone. No disruptors involved. We do see, once again, Cyan taking a better fight here towards the north, but we have Zealots and DTs to reinforce. Cyan has to be careful not to overextend. Likewise, towards the south as well, as MaxPax is able to remax. And yeah, this is wild. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Cyan is going to be the first player to flinch here, throwing down a Robo Bay here, so he wants to try to break the deadlock here with some disruptors.
Yeah, and that's going to be so micro-intensive. He's going to need so much attention to detail to try to keep up with the disruptors, get the Novas connecting with the main army as well. As we do see MaxPax vying for map control, he's going to be able to go for his run-bys once again. Now Cyan is back on the defensive, and oh, that center base is looking a little bit exposed.
It is, but I mean, Cyan always back just in time.
He is able to reinforce just in time. Did lose a cannon, so he has to be careful. DTs are coming in, but detection is here for MaxPax as well. We do see MaxPax consolidating his army. That southern force actually comes all the way up here towards the north to break that nexus.
Yeah, he is going to be trying to break through. This does mean that he is quite committed with this. I mean, Cyan is going to be wrapping around, going for a bit of a surround here. So I would love to see MaxPax maybe take out this shield battery and commit a bit harder to the south here because he is going to be sandwiched.
Yeah, exactly. He has to back off. It looks like he wasn't able to deal enough damage. The shield battery does stand strong, and Cyan is going to be able to take a bit of a better fight. He has the better concave until those ults come in. He does force a cancel on this, 8th base.
Yeah, MaxPax's going to be taking things carefully. Doesn't want to overcommit to a fight, especially when he probably does feel like he's ever so slightly ahead. I do think he does need to save this Nexus, although it's pretty mined out.
Yeah, it's not the most important mining base here. Meanwhile, I don't see any observers for MaxPax. The DTs are doing a lot of damage here for Cyan. He does force back the main army, and this Nexus is going to be going down.
Yeah, looks like MaxPax knows about the DTs now. Going to be sending his own DTs down to the south, but very quick response by Cyan. Sees those warps in the units that he needs, and man, Cyan has been all over it. I was not expecting these two players to be so closely matched.
I love it. I'm pretty sure Cyan went for the live VIP maneuver, and he actually sniped the observers of MaxPax. That's why he just hasn't been able to deal with this army. The DTs have been doing so much, but finally the observers do arrive for MaxPax. He has detection. He's going to be able to force this back. Meanwhile, that DT run by towards the south was cleaned up here by Cyan. But they're still alive.
Yeah, there's a few more there. We have cannons absolutely everywhere. Cyan does not want to have to deal with that. But at the same time, we're not really seeing him get enough room to start going into disruptors just yet.
Yeah, he has the Bay, but he doesn't have any disruptors. We do see the DTs slipping into the main base and the third base at the same time. It looks like Cyan is kind of being zoned away from his own bases as well. He's in a really awkward position as MaxPax forces him back, and the Bay is going to get sniped.
Yeah, nice pick off there. And MaxPax's going to be trying to force his way in with these Stalkers. We get yet another overcharge. I would love to know how many overcharges we've had this game.
Yeah, they've just been coming in clutch every single time as Cyan does hold on. He's going to be losing a lot of tech, though. But again, as we mentioned, his one big advantage was that Bay to get into disruptors, but alas, he was never able to make use of it. We have another disruptor. Sorry, we have another robotics Bay on the way to replace the one we just lost.
Yeah, you just replace your Bay with another Bay. That's the thug life out here for Cyan.
That's the Cyan lifestyle, Bati. And you know what? It's working out for him as the DTs do go for another run by. They're going to be cleaned up here. MaxPax, he finds another 8th base, by the way. He does expand, and he takes the southern 6 o'clock base.
I'm really impressed as well with just the pace that Cyan's able to keep. Yeah. I mean, he's been all over the multi-prong of MaxPax as MaxPax just trying to play around with different tempos, different sizes of these run-bys, and Cyan just always seems to be up to the task.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like what's worrisome is that Cyan, he's breaking through towards the north. He keeps trying to deny that base, but you mentioned it before. It's not an important base for MaxPax. Not anymore. There's not a lot of mining going on there, and he's going to be losing quite a lot of his zealots here as a resort. It feels like Cyan is pressuring, again, a base that can afford to be lost, and MaxPax is getting away with a fresh mining 8.
Another overcharge, as we do have a big blinker going down. Is MaxPax going to be able to take down all these cannons? Looks like he doesn't have quite enough, but the Stalkers are getting some damage done here. We don't have that battery overcharge, so Cyan's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. We do see MaxPax losing his 8th base at the same time. He charges on forward with his main army, but the Observer gets sniped. I believe there's no detection for the DTs. Not for MaxPax.
is in huge trouble. He is cornered here. The DTs are chipping away at all of these Stalkers. He didn't get the damage he was looking for on at that Nexus, and Cyan spikes up violently in supply.
Man, I saw it, mate. Cyan, he came in and he sniped that Observer immediately. It was beautiful, mate. Without the detection, again, the DTs, they do reign supreme. MaxPax is forced all the way back. It looks like he has one DT slipping into the main base, but once again, another Nexus is going to be going down.
Yeah, that John Wick DT going to be going ham in that main, but Cyan has been on top of it before. I'm sure he'll be on top of it again. That Nexus does go down, and as you were saying, this Nexus isn't the most important. I wouldn't mind seeing Cyan maybe eventually start to shift his attention towards the bottom side of the map.
I agree, but I mean, he also killed that 8th base as well. Like MaxPax, he just lost 2 mining bases, so doesn't have the best economy, he is forced to recall here. Cyan's trying to keep up, but MaxPax is finally getting some damage done.
Yeah, that he is. He has been so persistent, especially with these Stalkers. Cyan has, for the most part, been able to keep up, but I mean, look how insane this game has been. Cyan trading so much better.
Yeah, the efficiency from Cyan has been insane, and here we go. He's pushing on forward. As you mentioned, we would have loved to have seen him rotate down here earlier, but he is now here when it matters most. Probes are falling left and right. MaxPax was trying to long distance mine, and it's so crucial for him to hold on to these southern bases.
Yeah, it becomes a very difficult situation for MaxPax because he's so zealot heavy.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? He's also setting up a bit of a surround as well. Cyan, has he overextended?
Yeah, he may have it. Oh my god, he's still going for the observers. I'm seeing it now. He's like losing so many stalkers trying to run forward and snipe the observers. But the supply is falling really fast in MaxPax's favor. Great DT run by, and oh my god, 37 probes went down. When?
Yeah, oh my god, the Zell run by was insane. But as you mentioned, now we have plenty of observers here from MaxPax. He's breaking on through. He has the better army with all these zealots, and Cyan, he's barely trying to hold on here. MaxPax, can he pull it off?
Cyan actually trading surprisingly really well there. Those stalkers shredded the zealots.
They really did, and he sniped the observers again. The DTs do push back the army of MaxPax. DTs across the map as well. 40 probes have gone down.
My goodness, I think Cyan has done it. This has been an amazing game from him. I mean, if Starving Camels pull off the upset and they
21.
get this win, Cyan's got to be real proud of this.
Yeah, you can see the observers lost there as well. Looks like that once again he stops the observer. GG gets called, and Cyan takes game 1 against MaxPax. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go.
What a game from Cyan, just defensively outplaying one of the best Protoss in the world. That was really impressive.
It really was. GG, well played. Initially, okay, so one, that was like a back and forth that lasted a good 20 minutes. It was intense. The action just did not stop. They never had any breathing room on MaxPax, never let Cyan breathe, and for a good 10 minutes, Cyan was on the back foot. He was barely holding on. And then slowly but surely, he was trading more efficiently. He was getting better fights. He was getting the better end of things. And suddenly, he was the one suddenly putting the pressure on MaxPax. It was so back and forth. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was a mental game. And with that, we are guaranteed at least an ace match.
Yeah.
And we could have a world where Cyan wins another game. And we just have the Starving Camels straight up beating PSISTORM. That would be crazy.
That would be huge for the Starving Camels, and this is why you can't count them out. This is why they are the dark horses, and they go toe-to-toe with teams like Onside Gaming, with teams like Shopify Rebellion, with teams like even PSISTORM Gaming. And here we go. The map of choice for MaxPax is Babylon.
Okay. Now, this makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is probably the most defensible gate expand map in the pool.
It is, and I love that it's Babylon. You know what this tells me? MaxPax is not feeling too good right now. I was expecting like a Royal Blood, and I was expecting MaxPax to go for another gate expand, but like bringing it all the way back. We were talking about the mangoes of Cyan, Papi, and like even the initial opener, it felt so like anti-MaxPax, like it felt so catered to his opponent. I loved it. But on a map like Babylon, it is going to be a little bit more difficult to really throw a wrench in the works, just because things are a lot more standardized on Babylon, just because of that ramp.
Yeah, exactly. I think Cyan's pretty much going to have to go for his own gate expand, which, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say that I feel like you need a symmetry to upset MaxPax, but he played pretty much an identical game to MaxPax in that last one and just outplayed him.
He did, just barely, to be fair. Like, it was oh my god, it was still very close. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner for the Starving Camels. It is Cyan.
And in the top left hand corner of the map for PSISTORM, this is a MaxPax.
Yo, and a massive shout out to Driket in the chat. Thank you so much for resubscribing for 9 months. We appreciate the support, Papi. We appreciate it. Dricket, of course, part of the management of PSISTORM Gaming, so no bias, of course, I'm sure, in this in this series. Oh god. And yeah, I mean, part of me wants an ace match. The other part of me, though, wants Cyan to pop off, as he's the underdog coming into this. He's the dark horse. He is still trying to punch up against MaxPax, but game 1 was so damn good. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before. Starving Camels has just completely surpassed all expectations, to the point that I've noticed a lot of people when they're doing their predictions, they can't even explain why they pick starving camels. They're just like, well, I've been wrong about it every other time, so I'm just gonna pick them.
It's like, Bappy, I keep losing predictions. I keep losing points because of the camels. At a certain point, you gotta give it to them, Bappy. You gotta give it to them, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Even though I have faith in the starving camels, I myself predicted a 2-0 in favor of MaxPax. I don't really know many other people that did go for any other results, actually. Or I don't know anyone. Actually, I just double checked. No one predicted a 2-0 in favor of Cyan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone predicted the 2-0 for Firefly either.
Yeah, true. True. Oh my god. So we'll see how this does turn out. Both players are setting up for gate expands. As you were saying, we have a gateway here at the ramp. Just because of that ramp, it is much more typical here to go into a more economic opener. I don't expect to see Cyan go for a 1-base all-in. It's possible, but against MaxPax, I feel like that is not what we want to be doing.
Yeah, it looks like both players pretty much going to be playing this 1-gate expand game. I think Cyan skipped his Zealot, which I feel like he's going to be a little bit punished for that.
Yeah, there's no second gas either for Cyan, so he's not going to be going for a Stargate first, unlike
he
MaxPax.
sent it across the map.
Yeah, he did set it across the map. We do have that Stargate thrown down. That is going to be confirmed. Pylon will finish, by the way, so MaxPax, he has the option to throw down a Cybercore as well, as Cyan's opener, it feels like it is being disrupted. Oh my god. Mate, see what I see.
Oh.
It's an unnatural.
Oh, that's really interesting, yeah. I don't think he's cleared out the probe, though.
The probe is still alive in the main base as we speak. The pylon is still active in the natural as well. Because of this, you can fake out a 1-base all-in, essentially just because of how delayed this base is. But we'll see as the probe does survive. And MaxPax, yeah, he should be checking.
Yeah, I actually think it was a massive mistake to not kill that probe, especially the probe ran through the mineral line. Like, it's such a noob move, but I feel like specifically in this position, that probe's so valuable that you should just grab your probes and try to hit it.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, the probe survives. Unfortunately, MaxPax is fully aware of what Cyan is up to. And I mean, despite that, he even makes a safety void ray just in case. And it's going to be really awkward here for Cyan to protect his mineral lines and to protect his natural base. Yeah,
this is definitely going to be pretty complicated for him. We do see MaxPax running into a very slight supply block, which actually it might get quite a bit worse if he loses his pylon.
Yeah, but you know what? The void ray has arrived, and this may just be it. The pylon's going to be going down. There are no more production. There's no more gateways available here for Cyan, and I don't know what he can do. Wow,
the killer instinct from MaxPax just sends a void ray straight across the map and is getting massive damage.
Probes are falling left and right. The Stalkers are trying to go for a surround. It looks like the void ray is going to be focused down, but this has already gotten so much damage, and it looks like it's going to keep getting damage done as well. And even an Oracle comes in, and the void ray doesn't survive.
Oh, the void ray survives. GG.
GG gets called despite the insane game number 1 here in the early game of game 2. MaxPax snowballs out of control. He takes the game, and we have an ace match.
We have an ace match indeed. And yeah, my goodness. I was not expecting a close ace match, but I really don't know which way to go if it's going to be Firefly versus MaxPax. That's
the thing, right? So it feels like the ace player should be MaxPax. It should be our Danish Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Europe. Makes plenty of sense for the ace player. And as a result, the Starving Camels, they've got a couple of options here for the sniping player. Firefly obviously is the ace player for a reason. Cyan has shown that in a longer game, into the mid game, into the late game, you can keep up with MaxPax. So they can even go for another Cyan. They can go for a best of 3 if they want to.
That would be wild.
Oh boy, especially with the ace map being on altitude as well, which is going to be another interesting one just because there's another ramp coming into the natural, so gate expands are very common. On top of that, because it's so large, 1-base all-ins against gate expands are also very common on this map as well. So you can opt to be aggressive as a Protoss player. You have options. Definitely have options.
Yeah, okay.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling for the ace player?
I still think Firefly. You have to.
Oh, God. Yeah, he's got to get his pump on, Papi, you know? Like, it's going to be another excuse to just get another set in.
Pump up the jam?
Yeah, pump up the jam. Let's go. Turn it up. I'm feeling Firefly as well. I feel like Firefly he's gonna be itching for it, right? He's on a roll. He hasn't lost the game so far. He's like, give me MaxPax. Did you see Cyan against him? Mate, I can do that too, Papi. I can do that too.
I'm even better. Let's go. Give me Cyan.
Oh my God, the infighting, Papi, the infighting. So if you're in the chat, let us know. Let us know who you think is going to be the ace player. Do you believe in the power of Cyan for the ace match for a best of 3? Do you believe in the power of Firefly, or do we go for a wild card and pick TooDming instead?
No shot. I don't think so.
Oh my God. Get involved, chat. Get involved. Oh boy, I see already TooDming. Let's go. I feel like they're going to be crazy. They have to be insane to go for TooDming as the pick. I do think that he won't be the wisest of choices for the Starving Camels, but either one of those Protosses, I can see the logic behind it. I can see the logic.
Yeah, I mean, that's not just like purple grapes. That's getting into like orange grape territory.
Are there orange grapes? Do they exist?
No. Yellow, maybe?
Yellow grapes?
I think so. Possibly.
Yeah, yellow grapes are a thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never seen that before.
No one has. No one's lived to tell the tale.
There you go, Papi. There you go.
Oh, and they're playing on altitude as the ace match. That's that's a choice.
Yeah, it's crazy, Papi. It's crazy.
PvP on altitude. Buckle in.
Just trying to think of other fruits. Okay. And yo, if you want, take place. Predictions are currently open. Predictions are open, and who is it? Let's go! Let's go, Papi. Let's go. I'm telling you, Papi. Best of 3. Mate. I guarantee.
Cyan has to like turn sideways and like saddle step his way through doors. There's no way that you're getting through doors front on with mangoes of that size.
They're big, they're juicy, they're throbbing, they're veiny. And my God, I guarantee you a discussion was had. I guarantee you that both Firefly and Cyan were fighting for that spot. Cyan was like, nah, let me in. Firefly's like, what do you mean? I'm the ace player, mate.
Give me the best of 3.
Oh my God, Cyan, he had to threaten the family of Firefly.
Oh my God.
The mafia boss Cyan.
Go again.
Oh God, he asserted himself, and yes, Cyan is stepping up, mate. He is stepping up. He is not happy about that last game now. I hope he did look frustrated. He did look frustrated after that Babylon game. I hope he's able to clear his mind. I hope that isn't going to be influencing his play here. I hope he's able to find his happy place as he gets into this, because he needs to be on his A game to bring it to MaxPax.
Yeah, especially on this map as well. Like, this is another really good gate expand map. Not only does it have a pretty comfortable ramp, but it's also got such a long rush distance. I'm a little bit worried for him just because, I don't know, the gate expand versus gate expand didn't look amazing. I feel like MaxPax just has way too much experience in that area. I'm hoping to see Cyan go for a 2-gate expand again.
I agree. I do want another 2-gate expand opener here from Cyan. You know, I wanted to play safe in the early game to get into the mid game. I think that is what's important here, and I hope he agrees. I hope he does kind of go for that same kind of outlook. It works so well for him on Gresfa, and I think likewise it can work well for him on altitude as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta throw a bit of a wrench in there. I would kind of like to see him go for the early DTs this time as well.
Oh, true. It was, if you remember, it was a while ago, but MaxPax was the player to initially go for those DTs as well. So maybe Cyan will try to turn those tables, table the turns even, and try to do that to his opponent instead, as we are getting ready for the final game of this series, for the final game of the night.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's go, Bobby. Let's go.
I think Cyan should have bigger mentality now. Like, surely you give him a little bit of a top up.
If he wins the series, they gotta bump him up, mate. They have to add like an extra point for like mango size, you know?
Even asking for the ace here. Sure.
Yeah. True. Oh my god. You got to give him some extra points in defense after that, and offense as well. They just got to all around just bump him up.
Yeah. Just swap him with MaxPax.
Yeah. Oh my god. As the players are just getting ready as we speak for that ace match, and oh boy, I can't believe my eyes. Can't believe it, Poppy. Crazy. We're going in.
Yeah, we are going in here as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of altitude. This is Cyan for Starving Camels.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of altitude for PSISTORM Gaming, it is MaxPax. Here we go. Cyan, he's done it before. Can he do it again? For the time being, we are setting up for gate expands. We'll keep an eye on the production tab here to see if Cyan does go for the double gate opening, which of course would secure him quite well here in the early game, but we'll see. We'll see what they go for.
Yeah, we'll see if Cyan wants to go for that as well. We don't see a second gas going down, so looks like it is going to be that gate expand mirror once again.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like we are setting up for that. That both players are just going to be vying for control of their own natural base. This is going to be as annoying as possible with those initial probes, just to keep each other on the back foot. And yeah, hopefully this time as well we get our Zealot out, we keep it at home. We expand.
Yeah, pretty much. Last game we did see Cyan getting a little bit more aggressive with his Zealot, but in the end, it was MaxPax that got the best of things by going for that earlier Void Ray. I'm not going to pretend to know exactly how that works, but you know, it looks like they both have their own little meta game that they're going to be playing out here. And yeah, we were talking about it before. I don't love from Cyan that he is playing into this, but to be honest, I didn't like the 2-gate either, and that was great.
True, Papi, true. As yeah, we'll kind of see how this all comes to pass. Once again, MaxPax goes for that Gas Geyser. He goes for the Stargate opener, very similar to the game that we just casted, very similar to Game 2 on Babylon. Meanwhile, Cyan is able to get his natural up and running. He may lose his probe, but he actually gets his Nexus.
Yeah, he slows down MaxPax quite a bit as well. So MaxPax forced to invest into the Stargate, into some extra units first, and actually not throwing down a Nexus yet at all. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Nexus is now thrown down, so nothing too crazy out of MaxPax. With that initial Stargate, of course, he can go into Oracles, he can go for some Harass. Cyan, he was able to scout the Stargate as it was thrown down, so he's fully aware of the aggressive potential of his opponent, and he should be preparing himself physically and mentally for those Oracles.
How do you prepare physically for Oracles?
Oh, do you want me to show you?
With the weights?
Yeah, Poppy, you get it repping, Poppy. You know, you get the blood pumping.
You pump it up, pump the jam. Do you reckon he'll pause the game so that he can get his pump?
I would love that. Oh my god. As we see Cyan being quite aggressive here with his initial units, but MaxPax played this out safe and he threw down a shield battery at his natural. You could argue it's a little bit inefficient, but it pays off for him in the end. He's forced to recall back home to get here in time for that Oracle.
Oh, nice. They actually timed out so clean.
Yeah, really crisp stuff here from Cyan. The Oracle forced to throw down a Revelation. Doesn't get any damage yet, but the Oracle survives. Doesn't take any hull damage, and we'll be able to dip back in again.
And yeah, meanwhile, behind this, it looks like both players going to be getting their Twilight Councils. Going into Blink here, Cyan's going to be pretty far ahead compared to that of his opponent. But MaxPax looks like he's got a bit of aggression on his mind.
Yeah, exactly. As he does have those 2 oracles, he has the one-shot potential as well. 4 probes already going to be going down. He gets a 5th probe as well in the main base. Cyan having a hard time defending. At the same time, MaxPax wants to lay siege upon the natural. He wants to try to pull apart the defenses of Cyan.
Yeah, nicely done from MaxPax. With that, he's going to be creating a small probe lead for himself. And we do know that in mirror matchups, small probe leads, especially in the early game, can be a bit more noticeable than in some of the other matchups.
Yeah, they can snowball quite a bit, and I mean, we even saw that in game 1, right? So MaxPax throughout the majority of that game, the first half even, he did have like a solid worker lead. It was only because Cyan was just trading so much more efficiently that he was able to keep up with MaxPax. Meanwhile, the Oracles still haven't pulled the trigger yet. They're in between the bases as we speak, waiting for their moment to dip on in.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that. I mean, that game was really close in the end, and Cyan was like probably like 10k resources ahead.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy how much of an economic advantage MaxPax had throughout the majority of that game. Meanwhile, here we go. The Oracles dive in once again. They bypass those Stalkers. 3 more probes, 4 more probes go down. It's already a lot of damage.
Yeah, sharp control coming out from MaxPax here. And behind this, it looks like we've got a little bit of a proxy going down for Cyan.
Yeah, exactly. MaxPax is ahead 10 workers at this point because those Oracles, I mean, they got 8 to 9 probe kills on their own. A massive lead. Third base is on the way, and Cyan setting up that proxy gateway across the map. He wants to be the aggressor.
Yeah, he wants to put some pressure on this third base. Looks like Cyan, no real intention of taking a third of his own just yet.
Yeah, and MaxPax is going to try and scout that. He has a probe across the map. He's checking the linear third base location. I don't think he's checked the triangular third yet, but the Stalkers have been revealed. We blink on forward as well. We are going to be able to catch one of those Stalkers, 2 of them even.
Yeah, nice aggressive blink coming out from Cyan, being very aggressive. Oh, but is he going to run into the stasis trap? He does! So many of those Stalkers getting caught out, and is it going to be enough in the end?
Oh my god, it looks like it is. I mean, the shield battery is under threat, but with these reinforcements, Cyan is going to be forced back. If it wasn't for the stasis, he had enough to break MaxPax then and there, and suddenly that is no longer the case. Cyan has to be very careful not to lose too much, though, once those Stalkers do get out of that stasis, and he is going to be able to reinforce.
Yeah, he's going to push this back, and the third's in trouble now.
Yeah, third is in trouble. Pylon will be falling. Can he get the base itself, though? He does have quite a Stalker lead, and it looks like he will get the base.
Yeah, third's going to be going down. MaxPax getting his DT shrine behind this. Looks like Cyan might be wanting to look to get his own third as well, but can MaxPax keep this DT shrine hidden? We see a Robo go down immediately for Cyan.
I love this. He's playing it out safe with that Robo on the way. He will have detection available. Pushing up this ramp is going to be difficult, especially against a shield battery and an overcharge. So Cyan, he thinks better of it. He will be backing off. But as you mentioned, because of that Robo, Cyan should have detection out in time.
Yeah, he should be okay. It looks like he's got a bit of a sense for this. Maybe just realizing that MaxPax maybe not being as urgent as he could be to retake this third.
Yeah, like he has to be spending his money in somewhere, right? Meanwhile, stasis trap into the main base. No reaction. A massive stasis trap goes off. The reaction was just far too late for Cyan.
Yeah, that is a juicy stasis trap here, but meanwhile, MaxPax still struggling to get that third up. Going to be taking it on the other side though.
Yeah, exactly. Being forced to recall back home. He sees the warp in. He sees the DT. Pylon is under threat. Observer's already on the way there for Cyan. So again, he should be able to prepare for this. I hope he did see the warping in DT, by the way. I hope that was spotted. Oof. Yeah, has a stasis trap into the main base as well. The DT does waddle on in. We do have a detection now available here, but the DT does wreak havoc, and the main army's pushing on through.
Yeah, MaxPax poking in with these Stalkers. He is going to be able to take out that shield battery. Almost, not quite, but oh man, this DT is getting so much damage done. MaxPax looking to spoil the dreams here of the Starving Camels of Cyan as well.
Yeah, exactly. With only the invisible man, as 11 more workers go down. Cyan at a massive economic disadvantage. But he does get his third base back up and running. He's able to clean up these DTs, but he's going to be on the back foot here. He's going to have to try to recover in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, MaxPax making the best of a bad situation here. He's been getting a lot of damage with that Oracle as well. Finds the time to clear up this proxy, and I'm starting to like MaxPax's position more and more. Nice quick fourth. I really like it.
The double expand, exactly. Just because he's so delayed in his third base, he just takes and throws down another Nexus. But Cyan is looking to be active on the map. He has a Forge on the way. Once that finishes up, he should be throwing down some cannons. Until such a time, though, those CTs are still going to be a bit of a threat as he runs into the army of MaxPax. It was waiting for him. MaxPax does have the Concave.
Yeah, Cyan not wanting to take this down, is looking for some ways to get some aggression going. We do have Robo going down for MaxPax as well, so if there was a counter DT timing around now, he would be ready for that.
Yeah, he would be prepared indeed. Oh, as we have more DTs out on the map for MaxPax, looking for ways in. Because the Forge is finished, cannons are on the way for both players, to be fair. Once again, Cyan running into the main army, bleeds out another Stalker. He just hasn't had too much success being active with these Stalkers.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, both players all throughout this series have been really good at deflecting each other.
Well, they really have, as it looks like MaxPax is going to be losing some Stalkers across the map. I know he reinforces with even more, and yeah, Cyan is being forced back once again. He is denied his own fourth base as the DT was lying in wait, and MaxPax is going to be able to just get further ahead in that economy.
Yeah, interestingly, it looks like MaxPax is going to be bringing his Oracle home.
Yeah, Oracle is going to be recalled home here for MaxPax. Meanwhile, looks like we have a little bit of latency going on here. Potentially, the main observer has been struck with a little bit of a little bit of an economic issue. Yeah, the stream seems to be struggling.
Wouldn't be a World Team League without it, but seems like we are getting straight back into it now.
Oh yeah, we do dive it back on in, and with this, we do have both players vying for map control. I love this from MaxPax as well. He's actually going for a bit of a different army composition. He has some Immortals mixed in.
I like it. Yeah, just going for a bit more of a sturdy army, at least for now. Slightly less dependence on those charge lots, but he is still going into that style. This counterattack is so threatening.
I love it. We have high ground vision, and MaxPax is not in position whatsoever. He goes for the Forge. He will deny +2.
Yeah, +2 goes down. He can start taking out pylons as well, and MaxPax is so badly out of position right now.
Yeah, exactly. Shield batteries go down, pylons as well. Probes are being focused, and Cyan can always recall, I believe, from here. I believe he still has it available. At the same time, MaxPax is going to try to push on through on the front lines. There's that recall.
Yeah, recall comes in. Not too much going to be lost there, and a really significant amount of damage.
Yeah, exactly. That was really important because Cyan was behind economically. He was having a really hard time in the early to mid game, but with one fell swoop, he's able to bounce back in this. He does more or less even things up.
Yeah, there we go. This time MaxPax is going to be the first one to go early into that Robo Bear.
I appreciate this, especially after game one. I think MaxPax, he's now respecting his opponent a little bit more. He's like, you know what, this guy, he can keep up with me. I should probably tech up instead, and Disruptors will be a great way to make use of that. Stage Trap's going to be going off. Cyan does get spotted here as the Zonaga was under control of MaxPax.
Yeah, I feel like MaxPax just doesn't want to do that again.
He has learned his lesson, and MaxPax taking a brilliant fight here on the left-hand side, takes down a lot of Stalkers, and he's going to be able to catch even more here as they do break out of that stasis.
Yeah, really good forward blinks from MaxPax. He even takes out the Observer.
Yeah, exactly. Cyan, he's bleeding out a little bit too much, and this could snowball out of control. We have a Prism making its way into the main base. Darkshrine about to finish up here for Cyan, but he's falling behind in the overall tech. Momentarily, there it is. The first Disruptor is on the way for MaxPax.
Yep, and MaxPax has charge finished as well, so this Warpin's going to be pretty scary. Oh, it's DTs.
DTs are warped in. Prism is going to be going down, but these Stalkers are going to have a hard time fighting those DTs. We have the Overcharge to try to hold on here. Cyan a little bit late to respond, though, as MaxPax is already on top of this ramp.
Yeah, Overcharge goes down. MaxPax has to be careful. He is exposing that Immortal, but I think he's just got way more here, honestly.
Yeah. No dissection!
Again.
Let's go. The Invisible Man does it once again. We do now have an Observer, but it came a little bit too late. The Immortal already went down, and Cyan is barely able to force MaxPax back. Oh my god.
Yeah, lovely aggressive blink coming out from Cyan as well. Both players doing a significant amount of economic damage right now.
Yeah, exactly. DT's in the main base of both players here. Actually, it was Stalkers in the main base of MaxPax. It looks like with the power of this this disruptor, Cyan, he can't keep on pushing. He will back off in the end. Is gonna have to clean up those DTs as MaxPax can finally work towards that plus. So again, there's a big a big upgrade advantage for Cyan.
Yeah, I mean, disruptors, they are the great equalizer, but Cyan gonna be dipping in with these DTs. My goodness, these two players are just so well matched. It's crazy.
Yeah, they get a couple of probes. They get 2 of those shield batteries as well. These DTs doing so much for Cyan. MaxPax was out of position. He's going to try to respond with DTs of his own, but he still needs some detection here. And this is giving Cyan so much breathing room. He saw the disruptors earlier. He's still opting not to tech up in that direction.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. He does have DT Blink on the way, and as you pointed out, slightly better upgrades, but has he cornered himself just a little?
Yeah, exactly. He was hoping that maybe he would catch MaxPax out of position, but no, he was already making his way across the map, and we do see Cyan bleeding off a lot of these Stalkers. He has to be careful not to lose too much here, as once again, more disruptors hit in the field. I think we're up to around 4 disruptors at this point.
Yeah, MaxPax's army's starting to get a bit more scary here, and we could be seeing an abrupt end to an otherwise really long game if one of those lands big.
Exactly. There's so much potential in these disruptors. Well, more probes are falling down left and right. Detection once again just not in position here for MaxPax. The main armies are going to be clashing. But again, these Novas, they need to be respected. 3 disruptors with the main army. Cyan, accept his fate. He's throwing down the second robo and his own bay.
Yeah, pretty mental though. MaxPax honestly having trouble keeping up with Cyan.
Ah, the disruptors! They're so exposed! Does he see?
Does he see them?
He goes in. 1, 2, 3 disruptors do go down. Oh my god.
Oh boy, the reaction from MaxPax a little bit late as well. So that advantage that he was building all throughout this game is now gone.
Mate. A massive thing. Another disruptor is gonna go down. MaxPax, he doesn't care about his balls. Not like Cyan, Papi. That's why they're so big.
True.
Oh my god, as we do have a DT run by running into shield batteries, running into cannons at the same time. The main armies are clashing here in the middle of the map as well. It looks like MaxPax has the army lead though, but does he have detection? The answer is no.
It is so dirty by Cyan, constantly going for these DT attacks, trying to snipe out the observers as well. Nice little run by here. MaxPax has had a lot of trouble dealing with that run by angle in particular.
Another observer's gonna go down. It's important to bear that in mind. I mean, that's the other important thing actually, because MaxPax just saw all of his disruptors. His robot production has to be invested into these observers. He actually can't go back into disruptor production right now.
Yeah, he finds himself in a weird spot here where he really does need to get something done with his Stalkers.
He really does. Meanwhile, the Blink DTs have arrived once again, and once again, no detection is available. Did get a lot of damage done on those stack defense. We do have a massive Zealot and DT run by here on the left-hand side. Only Stalkers here to defend, but no. It looks like Cyan, he's able to keep up. He's still down in supply, but he has been fighting well.
I mean, Cyan is just keeping up so well right now.
God, he really is. But MaxPax, he is unrelenting. He's pushing out once again. Earlier, he did kill all the stack defense that was here, and he wants to try to capitalize on that.
Yeah, MaxPax is going to be running straight on in, and it feels like these numbers are beginning to be overwhelming. Cyan desperately needs to get the rest of his Stalkers over here.
He really does. It's going to be so close, and it looks like Cyan, he loses his Observer. That DT, the DTs aren't going to be enough here to hold on. He's losing his mineral line.
Yeah, MaxPax, he's predicted this move. He's finally going for the Observer snipes of his own.
Yeah, once again, the Observer of Cyan gets sniped. MaxPax recognizes what he was lacking earlier, and now, as a result, he is breaking this breaking this 5th base, and Cyan, he's struggling.
Yeah, Cyan is really struggling to hold on. It feels like MaxPax, he is finally breaking through. It was not easy. Cyan did a magnificent job keeping up, but I think MaxPax has finally done it, and he should be able to close out this win for PSISTORM. I mean, it's not completely over yet.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes of this game, like, MaxPax has just traded so damn well. The setup was unreal as well, just initially coming in, killing all the shield batteries and cannons, and then coming in once again before they were able to be rebuilt. And Cyan is now in a really rough position. Going for those observer snipes just haven't been working out for him, not recently.
Yeah, it looks like MaxPax has kind of worked out this little bit of a gimmick that he's got going. We did have the observer almost straying into cannon range here. MaxPax still has to be careful. I mean, this is throwable.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overextend. MaxPax does have a massive economic lead. He's on 6 bases compared to the 4 of Cyan. We can see Cyan trying to go for some run-bys. He has some DTs active on the map. He did so well this game, especially sniping all those disruptors. Like, it was just beautiful what we saw out of Cyan, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, definitely going to be feeling a bit rough about doing so well, sniping those disruptors out and still not really getting the advantage in the end.
Yeah, exactly. As we can see, Cyan trying desperately to expand and take another one of these bases. We can see him here expanding on the left-hand side. He is able to snipe the observer of MaxPax, and that may come into play here, as we do have a DT run by, but we have plenty of cannons in position. Oof.
Yeah, MaxPax on top of that deflects this attack and is just continuing to put on pressure with the Stalkers, and Cyan looks like he wasn't looking for a moment there, loses a few of his Stalkers, and this base is not getting up.
You see that? Cyan actually sniped his he sniped his own observer.
I'm honestly surprised I don't do that more often. The GG is called. MaxPax has done it for PSISTORM by the skin of his teeth.
GG, well played. But that was a hard-fought victory, as you mentioned. Cyan did so well for himself. He kept up with MaxPax. He was even ahead in certain aspects. It wasn't just him sniping those disruptors. Remember that move as when he blinked into the main, he sniped the Forge as well. He barely lost anything. Like, there were so many good moves from Cyan, just barely wasn't enough.
Yeah, props to Cyan for some great games. He might be a little bit sad that he didn't win that one in the end, but honestly, fantastic performance.
Yeah, 100%. You know, props where props are due. Cyan may not have won that series, but he won our hearts. Very impressive performance there from the Starving Camels. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to win the series. Congratulations to PSISTORM Gaming as they win a very important series of their own. We mentioned it earlier, but they need to win every matchup moving forward here if they want to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, this complicates things as well because both teams going to be getting points since it was an ace match, so that does kind of throw out some of the calculations. But either way, this is what we have tomorrow. It's going to be Invictus going up against Shopify and Platinum Heroes versus Starlight Twinkle. That is a really important game for Platinum Heroes and Starlight.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about those kind of lower standing spots, and that is exactly where Platinum Heroes and Starlight Twinkle are. The winner of that series may just make it into that top 7. The loser, I think, especially if Starlight Twinkle lose that series, their chances at making it into the playoffs are gonna be over.
Yeah, 100%. But with that, we are all done. Beautiful, beautiful night of Friday StarCraft, and yeah, actually some really fun games all around.
Oh yeah, some great matches. The ZVZ was insane, the PvPs as well, and yeah, I'm glad everyone was able to experience this together with us. And yeah, thank you so much as well, Asher, for jumping on. It's been years, Papi. It's been years since we casted together. Thanks for coming on, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some purple grapes at some point to celebrate.
Oh my god.
I'm thinking about them a lot.
Treat yourself, Papi. Treat yourself. Get some purple grapes, get some mangoes going, make some fruit salad, you know? Like, when was the last time you had a good fruit salad?
It's been a minute. I used to always take the fruit salads at the cafe I used to work. They're so good.
Fruit salads they're really good. They're of course full of sugar, but they're amazing.
When someone else makes them, perfect.
Oh god, but yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. As you mentioned, this is a 3-day event every single week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Our next broadcast for WTL is going to be tomorrow. So if you want to tune into that, be sure to be here on the CranKy Ducklings for that. But our next broadcast will be actually before WTL. Tomorrow, Saturdays, is usually KSL, but KSL is on a 1-week hiatus It's going to be on hold because in less than 24 hours, I'm going to be live on the CranKy Ducklings on Africa.
I just want to say that KSL is not on hiatus, it's just moved to the Sunday.
There you go. So KSL is actually moved to Sunday instead. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to check. Well, I'm going to have to make sure I wake up in time. But tomorrow is not KSL. Tomorrow is actually the Africa Champions Cup qualifiers for Korea. And we're going to be live casting that on our Africa channel, not on Twitch.
Nice one. So yeah, plenty of StarCraft on tomorrow. Always crazy on the weekends.
Always with that. Asher, why don't you tell us where we can find more of you, Papi?
Oh.
What are you going to be up to, Papi?
You can find me in bed. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm crashing.
Oh god, there you go. So if you want to have a little bit of a gander at the bench of Asher, ! AsherBro in the chat, you can get a link to his Twitch channel, where you will not just see Asher's bed, but you will also see his pet Rufus as well. Rufus is going to be joining him usually. Good.
Yeah, he's mad. He wants food.
Again?
Yeah.
Is it food time for him? Does he eat at 2
it
a.m.?
is.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh god. So yeah, check out Asher there at his channel. You can check out myself as well, @_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I try to stream, but I have been a little bit inactive recently. I did stream, I think yesterday or the day before, just a couple of ladder games whenever I can squeeze them in. So if you're interested, you can follow me there. Otherwise, check us out on the CranKy Ducklings, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, all over the place. All things CranKy Ducklings, even on Africa. I mentioned it earlier, but the Champions Cup qualifiers are going to be on Africa TV. So make sure you follow our Africa channel if you're interested in watching some Korean StarCraft.
Yeah. Keep it right there. I know it's a little bit awkward sometimes for people to get to those Africa channels, but some pretty exclusive games there, so I think it is worth the effort.
100%. And if you can't watch us live on Africa, then follow the YouTube, because the VODs will be uploaded to our YouTube channel as well. So we got you covered there. We have actually been getting quite a lot of viewership on YouTube this past couple of weeks. So it's been nice. It's been growing slowly but surely. Outside of that, Asher, do you have anything you want to say before you go to bed?
I'm gonna make unofficial promotion of the big brain bouts, just because I'm excited for one of the games. Astra is playing against Larimbo. Larimbo is like the hottest thing in StarCraft right now.
Yeah, he's an animal. Oh god, he's really charismatic though. It's like his accent and his like personality. It's good stuff. He's amazing. So Astra versus Larimbo is gonna be tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Yeah. What did I say?
Dar.
Okay. Make sure you tune into that tomorrow. Meanwhile, we are going to be heading off. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer and raid. And you know what? We just mentioned Larimbo. He's live right now. Let's give him some love.
Get in there.
Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.